Shaya, it's been so long, it's been so long, it's been too long, hey, please send that song, don't let the heathen defeat us, let not the Gentile defeat us, let your love shine, 'cause it's so divine, come now my Father and leader, hey, it's been too long, Jehovah, hey, please send us home, Jehovah, don't let the heathen defeat us, let not the Gentile defeat us, let your love shine, 'cause it's so divine, come now my Father and lead us, hey, la 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 la.
All right. All right. I'm back. My name is Yamsufa Aria, and this is Real Talk for Real People's Study Program, where we study the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and certainly the rock we were hewn from, and his chosen people. The reason why we choose to study the Most High chosen people, it can give us some idea what mistakes we made to get us in this universal captivity, and what avenues we can follow to put ourselves in an advantageous position to be redeemed from this universal captivity. Not only do we study Yah's chosen people whom he chose, we study the enemies of the Most High. Why, you may ask? Because for all intents and purposes, they are the enemies of the Most High chosen people also. But not only I, a daughter of Zion, the administrator of this show, my Isha, simply my wife in Hebrew, Lasanya, does her due diligence by virtue of her keeping the program in order and lending her voice into the ethos by way of a comments and a commentary, as any daughter of Zion should be doing to some extent, shape, form, and a fashion, beginning in your homes and extending outward. Brother Cartriel and I, Brother Cartriel is the Sonya and I personal friend, our brother, your brother, fellow elder from New York City. He, along with I, are the student instructors. And why do I say student instructors? Because our studies are ongoing and continual. It should be in your regard also. It is not the responsibility or onus on Nasanya, Brother Cartier, and I. That responsibility and onus lies at the feet of all daughters of Zion, all of our brothers and sisters, all of our elders, joined together, gathered together. Praise Yah. But before I introduce my lovely Isha and my dear friend, Brother Cartier, I want to make some contemporary remark. It has been said that Donald J. Trump says he is from God. He has a message from God. He's doing the work of God. And he may very well be doing so. I don't know. Y'all don't speak to me personally. He don't speak to you either. But not the kind of work that Donald Trump may be alluding to. So before you get irate with me, hold your peace and hear me out. Perhaps there may be some truth what Donald J. Trump is saying. Because what he's doing is exposing the last kingdom, universal white race supremacy. He's exposing that it's a loose conglomerate of nations that makes a national pursuit of supremacy. He's exposing that universal white race supremacists are crazy as they want to be. It's exposing that perhaps our people need to gather themselves together under these crises, these man made crises. He's exposing perhaps that the days are numbered for the last kingdom, which is universal white race supremacy. So perhaps there may be some truth what Donald J. Trump is saying, that he's doing the work of God. Okay. But what kind of work is he doing? That is the question. And the evidence speaks for itself. Praise Yah. Just like the Paro of Mizoram was controlled by Yah, his arms are not too short to control men like Donald J. Trump. And perhaps there's some truth to what Donald J. Trump is saying. The days are numbered for the last kingdom. The days are numbered for universal white race supremacy, because they're crazy as they want to be, and they are not supreme. There is only one supreme. That is Yah. Praise Yah. So without further ado, let me introduce my lovely Isha, Nasanya. Nasanya, may the Most High bless you. Your mic is hot.
Thank you so much, Yamsu. Shalom, shalom, family. Excuse me. All praise to the Holy One of Israel. I am excited to be back. Happy to be back. I hear what you're saying, Yamsu. And some people don't understand that some people have to do certain things so that other things can transpire.
Right.
So, all praise.
Coming to effect, Nasanya, cause and effect.
Mm-hmm. All
Thank you,
praises.
Nasanya.
Thank you so much.
All praises. Brother Katia, dear friend, may the Most High bless you. Your mic is hot.
All praise to the Holy One. Thank you, Yamsuk. All praise to the Holy One of Yisrael. The name of our fathers, the Creator, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. We thank Him for our life, our health, our strength, and all things and everything, because He is in control. Praise Yah.
Praise Yah. Thank you, Brother Katia. He certainly is. He has been, always be in control. Thank you, Brother Katia. Thank you, Nasanya. Fellow students, here's how the format of the study will proceed tonight. I will lead the studies off in the book of Marshall. The actual name for this book, not the Greco-Roman / English name, Proverbs, chapter 13. Brother Katia will be concluding the studies in the book of Yehoshua, the last chapter. Yehoshua. Not Joshua, Yehoshua. That's his Hebrew name, his actual name. We didn't have a letter J. Yehoshua. Chapter 24, and they will conclude this chapter. And I suspect, Brother Cottrell, I don't know where he's going, but he's going to go somewhere, and it's going to be right when he get there. I don't know, he's going to the book of Judges. I don't know where he's going, but wherever he's going, it's going to be all good. Praise the Most High. So, Nasanya, you ready to proceed?
Yes, I am.
Thank you, Nasanya. Brother Cottrell, you ready to proceed?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Brother Cottrell. Fellow students, let us proceed. Marshall, chapter 13. This is King Salomo, with the utilization of wisdom and understanding, sharing this information by his experience and observations, because he was the wisest man, still is, in the universe. There's none been surpassed him as his wisdom and understanding. King Salomo writes, a wise son heeds his father's instructions, or his mother's instructions, or daughter. They listen to their father and mother if you're wise. But a scoffer does not listen to it. She can't tell me nothing. No, he can't tell me nothing. What they know? Well, believe you me, your mother and father do know by reference of their wisdom and understanding, their experience and observation. They do know. Please take an ex-fool's advice. I used to be a scoffer. My mom and my dad used to say, so and so, you need to listen to what I'm saying. My mama used to say this all the time. Mind you, I repeat the same thing now. She said, boy, you better listen. You better take an ex-fool's advice. You better stop doing what you're doing. And I said in my mind's eye, because I thought I was something special. Oh, what that old lady know? She don't know now. I'm fresh. I'm young. I'm 19 years old. I got it going on. I'm smarter than everybody in the universe. Come to find out I was dumbed in a box of rocks. I was a scoffer. And what do scoffers receive? We hate rebuke. We hate correction. And believe you, I suffered the consequences for it. But the soul, excuse me, a man shall eat well by the fruit of his mouth. Not simply by the fruit of his labor, by the fruit of his mouth. What he said, how he said, and when he said, or she in that matter. You will eat well by the fruit of his mouth. You will be productive by what you say, how you say it, and when you say it. But the soul of the unfaithful feeds on violence. The soul of an unfaithful person feeds on violence. Just case in point, like this president and so many more. And some in the confines of our community. A soul that is unfaithful to Yah feeds on violence, cause and effect. There is no other way. He who guards his mouth preserves it. Sometimes you need to learn how to watch your mouth. That's what it's saying. Some of us talk too much when we shouldn't be talking. And when we do share something, it ain't worth sharing. You need to guard what you said. You need to measure what you said because they can have a cause and effect upon you. So not because I'm telling you, but wisdom is telling you. King Salomo is telling you by virtue of his experience and our observation, with the utilization of wisdom and understanding. He's telling you, guard your mouth, preserve what you're saying. Don't just say anything just because you can say it, because there's consequences. But the soul of the unfaithful feeds on violence. A soul that is not connected with the Most High, that is not connected with wisdom and understanding, they feed on violence. As I mentioned, case in point, like Donald J. Trump and the likes of him, and some within the confines of our communities, they are unfaithful to the Most High, and they feed on violence. He who guards his mouth preserves, again, his life, but he who opens wide to them shall have destruction. Cause and effect. People that are not cognizant what they're saying, how they say it, when they say it, think they can get away with saying anything. But the word that come out of your mouth can have repercussions upon you. He who open wide his lip shall have destruction, cause and effect. A soul of a lazy man desires and has nothing. Meaning, they want everything, but they ain't putting in no work to do anything. They're laying up there meditating, eating buns and cupcakes while we're watching reality shows as their reality passes them by, and not putting any initiative in an effort to do anything except to lay up and covet what everybody else got, but not putting any work to secure these things. The soul of a lazy man desires and has nothing, but the soul of a diligent shall be made rich, not only in the physical sense, but in the spiritual sense. You have to put in work to get work, in the physical and spiritual sense of the word. Here's how you know when you're righteous. Here's how you know when you're on the right track. A righteous man and a woman hates lying. Now, if you love liars and lying, what does that say? You're not righteous. But a wicked man is loathsome and comes to shame. They're ugly. And they will sooner or later reap what they sow. They will come to shame. A righteousness guards him whose way is blameless. The codification of righteousness guards him or her whose way is blameless. That's who makes them blameless. Righteous is God's, him or her whose way is blameless. Because that is their codification, not self-righteousness, but the righteousness of Yah with the understanding of wisdom and understanding, which makes them blameless, cause and effect. But wickedness overthrows the sinner. The sinner thinks they're not overthrown, but their wickedness will overthrow them. Right now, it seems like they're getting away with murder, so to speak. But sooner or later, cause and effect, their wickedness overthrows them. There's one who makes himself rich, yet has nothing. In the physical sense of the word, there are some people that scrunch, grab, and are frugal to the extent that it's crazy, but they're not sharing anything. Thus, in the end, they don't really have nothing. In the physical sense of the word, they made themselves rich. But in the spiritual sense of the word, they don't have nothing. They just have material gain. There's one who makes himself rich, yet has nothing in the spiritual sense. And there's one who makes himself poor in the physical sense, yet has great riches because they don't scrounge for themselves. They're not just scrounging just to have things that make people feel lesser than they are. They share. And thus in sharing, and the spiritual component, cause and effect, have great riches. The ransom of a man's life is his riches. Now, if you have some riches now, that can safeguard you from certain things. But the poor does not hear rebuke. But the poor, on the other hand, you can't correct them because they're in a dire strait. They won't be corrected, unfortunately, because they are focused on physical riches. Not only they're poor in the physical sense, they remain poor in the spiritual sense, reason being, they won't heed correction. The light of the righteous rejoices. There's rejoicing in the light of the righteous. That light, wisdom and understanding. The light, the wisdom and understanding of righteous rejoices because of said person. But the lamp of the wicked will be put out. Those who are utilizing the wrong kind of lamp, not wisdom and understanding, to show their way, self-righteous way, self-absorbed way, self-centered way. It's all about me way. I want mine, I'll take yours while I'm at it. That lamp will be put out. They're not utilizing the light, wisdom, and understanding. But pride comes to nothing but strife. Anybody that's full of pride, I know they talk about pride all the time, gay rights pride, all kind of pride, and this and that and the other. But wisdom says, but pride comes in nothing but strife, trouble. But with the well-advised is wisdom, humility. Listen to counsel, taking heed of counsel. Just like in the beginning, a wise son or daughter heeds his mother or father's instruction. But a scoffer, a fool, does not listen to a correction. Wealth gained by dishonesty will be diminished. Speaking from my personal experience and observation, wisdom and understanding has hit the mark. What I didn't know, y'all, I was living in food's paradise. I thought I was better than sliced bread. I coveted what somebody got and I took it. Well, that's dishonest gain. Will be diminished. And it was here today and gone tomorrow. Speaking from an ex-fool's advice, wisdom is telling you correctly. Wealth gained by dishonesty will be diminished in the physical and spiritual sense of the word. But he or she who gathers by labor will increase. He or she who gathers by their own labor, honesty, will increase that labor, be it physical and or spiritual. We have been in this situation, brothers and sisters. And what I mean by that, hope deferred makes the heart sick. Our hope has been deferred on many occasions. Our hope in that so-called equality, our hope in that 40 acres in a million, our hope that they don't lynch us, our hope that they don't mistreat us, abuse us, and dominate us, and sometimes kill us, which has been deferred quite often. It has made us sick, not much so in the physical sense of the word, but in the spiritual sense of the word. We have been traumatized. We have been traumatized to the extent it has sickened us. Hope deferred makes the heart sick. It traumatizes us. And the evidence speaks for itself. But when desires come, that hope in going back home, that hope of having us redeemed for the Most High name's sake, that hope of not being mistreated, abused, and dominated, and sometimes killed, that hope of getting a 40 acres and a mule, not here, that hope of not being lynched anymore, that hope of not having every aspect of our lives controlled by this last kingdom, which is universal white race supremacy. When that desire comes, we hadn't saw it yet in totality. But when it comes, it is a tree of life, a tree of real life. Not only in the physical component, but certainly in the spiritual component. Go ahead, Donald Trump, do your thing. Perhaps it will make our brothers and sisters learn to humble themselves, love the Most High with all their heart, mind, soul, and strength, and their brothers and sisters as themselves, and to compel us to gather ourselves together so we can be that, see that tree of real life, what real freedom looks like. Not living life as fish in fish bowls, or perhaps crabs in crab baskets. He who despises the word will be destroyed. What word? Yom Sufa's word? No. Cottrell's word? No. Lasagna's word? No. Wisdom and understanding. They help facilitate the word of Yah. If you despise Yah's word, you'll be destroyed. Not only in the physical sense of the word, but certainly in the spiritual sense of the word. He who despises the word will be destroyed. Cause and effect. On the other hand, he or she who fears the commandment will be rewarded. You fear the codifications of the Most High. You fear the instructions of the Most High. You fear the commandments of the Most High, meaning you will apply yourself to them. Thus, as a result, you will be rewarded. The law of the wise, not their own law, the law that they utilize, the codifications of the Most High, is a fountain of life. To turn away from the snares of death, it helped facilitate you turning away from the snares of death, be it the physical, and certainly in the physical sense, but most certainly in the spiritual sense of the word, as far as your souls are concerned. Good understanding gains favor. That's why we all pray for wisdom and understanding. Good understanding gains favor. But the way of the unfaithful is hard. People that live life unfaithfully, Their way is hard, cause and effect. And they don't even understand the dynamics of what's going on. Why life so hard for me? Because you're unfaithful. You're unfaithful to Yah. You're unfaithful to wisdom and understanding. Thus is a cause and effect, a domino effect. Your way is hard. Every prudent man acts with knowledge, the knowledge of wisdom and understanding, and the word of Yah. But a fool lays open his folly. Well, what does it mean by that? Every prudent man or woman acts with knowledge. They are conservative. They are prudent. They are cognizant. But a fool lays open his folly, meaning, oh yeah, man, I went and slept with that man's wife, man. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I went on that stove, old lady pee lawnmower out of backyard. Yeah, and I sold some dope in the neighborhood. I sold everything I had. I sell some. I'm looking for a real. Oh yeah, I slapped my wife in the mouth, and told her to go in there and get me a sandwich, and she better not say nothing to her about it. I told my children, shut up, you ain't got nothing to eat. Be happy with it. I even slapped my dog in the mouth, letting everybody know they're folly. They open their mouth wide and they happy with it. And they damn fools. And if that's what you're doing, you're a damn fool. Cause and effect. Running your mouth and bragging about things you shouldn't be bragging about, but not being prudent and promoting things that you ought to be promoting. I didn't say it. Wisdom said it. A fool lays open, put it to open. Everybody know. His or her folly. I want everybody to know. I did it, and damn sure I'm happy about it. You better take an ex-fool's advice. It may look cute, but it ain't gonna work. A wicked messenger falls into trouble. People that are wicked in their messengers, they're gonna fall into trouble. That's why it's imperative as students of the Most High that you're not wicked. You're not a wicked messenger. Because cause and effect, you will fall into trouble. And that's only not regard to spiritual matters, but certainly in regard to physical matters also. But a faithful ambassador, Yah sees us as faithful ambassadors. And we should see ourselves by the life we live and the way we comport ourselves as ambassadors of the Most High and faithful to the Most High. By way of doing so, we bring the word of Yah. We bring wisdom and understanding. Thus, the end result, cause and effect, brings health, not only in the physical sense of the word, but in the spiritual sense of the word. Thus, you are a faithful ambassador of the word. Poverty and shame will come to him who disdain correction. Any person that disdains correction can't be corrected. The domino effect of that is poverty and shame. Why? Because they can't be corrected. They disdain correction. But he who regards the rebuke will be honored. Anyone who heeds correction, who take into account correction, who do a course correction, will be honored. Cause and effect. A desire accomplished is sweet to the soul. Just like Nasanya, Brother Kacher, and I do on the Real Talk for Real People study program. It's a desire accomplished every day. Thus, as a result to us, it's sweet to our souls in the spiritual sense of the word. And certainly in the physical sense of the word, if it's a good thing. But it is an abomination, something greatly abhorred to fools to depart from evil. They hate to depart from evil. They strongly hate, because they're fools, to depart from evil, because they think it's cute. And they think they're going to get some out of the situation, not knowing the wages is death, sometime in the physical sense, and most assuredly in a spiritual sense. So this is the mindset of a fool. They hate to depart from evil. He who walks with wisely will be wise. You walk with that kind, you're going to be like that kind. As I always make mention of evil people, I use the analogy of going to a barber shop and you hanging out with evil people, and you're saying, oh, no, I don't do what they do. Oh, I'm just going to barber shop. I'm not getting a barber. I'm just listening to what's going on, what, not listening around and paying close attention to everything. Keep going to the barber shop. Keep hanging out with wicked folk. Because sooner or later, you're going to be wicked right along with them. You're going to be of their kind. Birds of a feather flock together. So if you want to be wise, you need to hang with wise people. But the companion of fool will be destroyed. The people you hang with, they're going to be destroyed, and they're going to destroy you too. It's inevitable. It's a domino effect. That's what wisdom is saying. You know what pursues sinners? Evil pursues sinners. They don't know why they're doing what they're doing, because evil is in pursuit of them. And so what they do evil. If you're a sinner, you're outside the context and construct and the codification of the Most High. There is no other kind. There may be some good people, but surely on the other side, you're not utilizing the word. The light is not wisdom and understanding with you. You have no light, so thus evil pursues you. Thus you partake of it. But to the righteous, good will be repaid. So when you get down and out sometime, and you're feeling down and out by doing good in the physical sense, and doing good in the spiritual sense, and that you don't see where it's all leading up to, you don't have to see it. You'll be rewarded for it in the physical sense of the word, and most assuredly in the spiritual sense of the word. Because wisdom says, but to the righteous, not self-righteous, not to the evil, not to the sinners, good shall be repaid. You'll be rewarded. A good man leaves an inheritance to his children's children. Yes, we will, in the physical sense of the word, but not now, because we're universally captured, scattered about. But certainly when we're redeemed back home, we can have that inheritance to leave to our children and children, because that's our structure in our home. Not like this scattered pot march we living in this universal captivity. We can't leave an inheritance to ourselves. But you can leave an inheritance by way of the Most High, where you can leave them some precious treasures by way of wisdom and understanding, way beyond gold, rubies. You can instruct them by the word with the light, wisdom, and understanding. You can leave them an inheritance that they cannot even imagine if you train your children, you correct your children. Thus, you can leave them an inheritance by way of the word, by way of wisdom and understanding. But the wealth of the sinner can't, because surely they're not utilizing the word, and they're definitely not utilizing wisdom and understanding. The wealth of the sinner, all day they may be scrunching, stealing, robbing, Peter to pay Paul, stealing Miss Pee-Pee lawnmower out of backyard and coveting, fornicating, adultering, murdering, and so on and so forth. They may be doing all that. They may be storing up some wealth. But the wealth they're storing up is for the righteous. Cause and effect. Take an ex-fool's advice. I used to be like that. I don't look down on people. I used to be worse than them. That's why I tell people, I'm not worried about the skeleton in other people's closet. They need to get them out of there. They need to work on them. I'm worried about the cemetery in mine. What I'm saying, I'm not any better than any one of you. But the Most High makes anyone better by course correction and confession, by heeding counsel, by heeding the word of Yah, and by heeding the word of wisdom and understanding. You better take an ex-fool's advice. I'm telling you by my experience and observation. You will reap what you sow. And you're not storing up anything for yourself. If you're a sinner, it is stored up for the righteous, certainly in the spiritual component. Much food is on the fallow ground of the poor. Much food is on the fallow ground of the poor. And for lack of justice, there is waste. The food for the poor, especially in its universal captivity, there's food left on the ground. But because we don't have the advantages that we had in our own home, there was means left on our grounds for the poor to partake of. But in this universal captivity, much food is on the fallow ground of the poor. But you better not put your hand on it. And for the lack of justice, there's waste. Because we lack justice in this universal captivity, real justice, there's much waste as far as that land production is concerned, as far as taking care of the poor is concerned. Not so much in our own home. That's why we should be mournful. They have the means and opportunities to cry out to the Most High so that we can be redeemed, go back to our real inheritance, so that we can be in control of everything, even their so-called judicial system, where there is no justice, and that's a waste. Where we can have real justice for our brothers and sisters locked into that inner prison system, while we waste away on that outer prison system in its universal captivity. What a waste. Now, if you're feeling some sort of way, brothers and sisters, about chastising your children, there's a cause and effect for that. I had to get on one of my babies one time. Her mother called me. She was getting sassy with her mama. She said, "You need to talk to your daughters." I went over to correct my daughter. I said, "Call her down." She called my daughter down. My daughter didn't pay no mind, like she went in the house. I called her down. I said, "You better get on down here." I said, "If you don't get on down here, I'll be throwing you on down here. Y'all can see, y'all can be a guest all you. I don't play with my children because I love them. I don't sugarcoat it because I love them. Okay? Y'all need to stop playing patty cake, baker's man with your children. And they looking like a hot mess. You need to keep it real with your children out there. You need to correct your children out there. And thus, if you correct them, they can have a course correction. If you don't correct them, they won't have a course correction. My daughter corrected her. And I told her when she got there, I said, "Let me tell you something, little girl." I said, "Now, between you and your sister, I could have called you all kind of names. I could have sexually abused you. I could have physically abused you. I could have whooped you 100 times a day. I said, but I didn't do that. I said, because I didn't see y'all as animals. I feel that I can instruct you and you heed counsel. I said, between this one hand, I said, look at me now. I said, I spanked you and your sister. I got 3 fingers left over. I said, maybe I should have called you some bad words. Maybe I should beat you till the black was off of you. I said, no, I did the right thing. I said, but you're not doing the right thing. I said, you better get your mind right. I said, I'll break you down like a shotgun. I said, don't play with me, little girl. See, a lot of y'all want to be tiptoe to the road with your little children. That ain't doing them no world of good. Being harsh with your children when they're in training don't mean you hate them. It means that you love them. Case in point, let me make this example to you and I conclude. You see a mother and a father. They're in their yard. They're laughing, talking, loving on one another. And little Bobby and little Susie, because they don't heed the construction of their mother and father, they run out into the middle of the highway, cars running back and forth. What you gonna say? What you gonna say? Come here, little Bobby. Come here, coochie, come on now. Come on now. You gonna say, show behind out that street. Boy, I whooped you out that street. There's a time and place for everything under the sun. There's a time to be loved, and there's a time to be corrected. And we need to learn how to correct in our communities. Reason being, the evidence speaks for itself. But here's what wisdom says. He who spares his rod hates his son. If you spare correction, you hate your son or daughter. But he who loves his sons or discipline him promptly. Get right on it. Don't patty cake baker's man with them. Get right on it because they're in training. They're not sent here to train you. They're sent here to be trained by you. You need to do your training and do it promptly. That's what wisdom said. And if you're going to get mad at somebody, you get mad at wisdom and understanding. The righteous eats to satisfy his soul. A righteous man or woman, they don't eat to be gluttonous. They don't go into these restaurants, go to these places where they got a restaurant where you can go up and serve yourself. I've seen people go up, and some brothers and sisters go up there and come back with 5 plates and don't eat all 5 of them. I don't eat like that. You shouldn't eat like that. If you're going to eat what you can eat. And then we all wonder, well, I got diabetes. I got high blood pressure. I'm fat. Why? Because you're not eating to satisfy your soul. You're eating just because it's there. That ain't going to help you in the physical nor in the spiritual sense of the word. Eat correctly. Don't eat just because it's there. Praise y'all. Thank you, wisdom and understanding, and certainly thank you, King Salomo. Lasagna, may the Most High bless you. Excuse me, I left one out. Then I bring you on. But the stomach of the wicked shall be in want. As a case in point I just made. They eat and eat, they still ain't satisfied. You can eat 100 chicken and you still ain't satisfied. In the spiritual sense, physical sense of the word. And certainly, in the spiritual sense of the words, being gluttonous ain't gonna help you physically nor spiritually. The stomach of the wicked shall be in want. Physically and or spiritually. You're gonna still be in want. Praise y'all. Now, Lasagna, may the Most High bless you. Your mic is hot.
Thank you so much. No, I'm okay, Yamsuf. I have nothing to say.
Thank you, Lasagna. Brother Cartrill, may the Most High bless you. Your mic is hot.
Thank you, Brother Yam. May the Most High bless you and our whole nation. So many jewels. We thank Yah for our great King, King Shalomo, and wisdom. But you notice that wisdom is different from the law that Yah gave us. Because
Yes, sir.
wisdom speaks in general terms about human nature. And anybody can be wicked and anybody can be righteous. It's just the choices that we
Yes,
make.
sir. Yes,
So
sir.
the message is for all mankind, not just the nation of Israel, but the commandments of Yah are very specific for our nation. And she mentions that. But so many jewels in here, especially him talking about how we speak and regarding our words.
Mm.
Verse 2 and 3. A man shall eat good by the fruit of his mouth, but the soul of the transgressor shall eat violence. He that keepeth his mouth keeps his life, but he that opens wide his lips shall have destruction. Like you said, loose lips sink ship.
Sink ships.
And another thing that caught me was the ambassadors. A wicked messenger falls into mischief, but a faithful ambassador is help. So we had ambassadors in
We've
ancient
seen
times.
it, Brother Cottrell. We've seen it firsthand.
I ain't pointing the fingers, but we need loyal, dedicated, committed ambassadors that's going to help uplift the glory of Yah for our nation. And then another thing that caught me was it 18? Poverty and shame shall be to him that refuses instruction, but he that regardeth reproof shall be honored. And like you said, we need to make course corrections, make changes. If you ain't making changes, then you're a fool. And wisdom ain't ashamed to call people fools. All praise to the Most
No,
High.
it's not. No, it's not a shame to call people fool. If they're fool, they're fool.
So we don't want to be foolish. We want to be wise.
Exactly.
Who's that? Erica
Anything
Badu
else?
that sang that song?
What's up, brother?
I think Erica Badu made a song that we want to be wiser.
Exactly. That's what we should subscribe to, Brother Cottrell, to be wiser,
Yes.
not foolisher.
And it don't come by osmosis. It comes by instruction. It comes by counsel. It comes by being around wise people, right? That's what wisdom is telling us. So she's a guide that we need to follow. She has her own laws, and Yah has his laws. He said the law of the wise is a fountain of life to depart from the snares of death. And she's talking about everlasting life. She ain't just talking about the life we live from childbirth to 70 or 80, if we reach that. She's talking about everlasting life. So it'd be wise to pay attention to all of her words. Praise Yah.
Praise Yah. Thank you, Brother Cottrell. Thank you, Nathaniel. Thank you, fellow students. As promised, my dear friend, Brother Cottrell, will be concluding the studies in Yehoshua chapter 24. The covenant as Shechem. Brother Cottrell, you have the mic.
Thank you, Brother Yam. All praise to the Holy One of Israel for the great man, Yehoshua, who delved out the land to all the tribes. Now he's ready to take off into the next phase of creation. In chapter 24, he writes, and Yehoshua gathered all the tribes of Israel in Shechem and called for all the elders and for their heads and for their judges and for their officers. And they presented themselves before Elohim. And Yehoshua said unto all the people, thus saith Yah, Elohim of Israel, your fathers dwelt on the other side of the flood in old time, even Terah, the father of Abraham, and the father of Nahor, and they served other gods. And I took your father Abraham from the other side of the flood. You know what he's talking about, right? When he says the other side of the flood.
The great flood.
Right. And led him throughout all the land of Canaan and multiplied his seed and gave him Isaac. And I gave to Isaac Jacob and Esau. And I gave to Esau Mount Seir to possess it. But Yaakov and his children went down into Mizraim. I sent Moshe also and Aharon, and I plagued Mizraim according to that which I did among them. And afterward I brought you out, Israel, and I brought your fathers out of Mizraim. And you came unto the sea, and the Mizraims pursued you after your fathers with chariots and horsemen unto the Red Sea. And when they cried unto Yah, he put darkness between you and Mizraim, and brought the sea upon them and covered them. And your eyes have seen what I have done in Mizraim. And you dwelt in the wilderness for a long time, a long season. And I brought you into the land of the Amorites, which dwelt on the other side of Jordan. And they fought with you. And I gave them into your hand, that you might possess their land. And I destroyed them before you. Then Balak, the son of Zippor, king of Moab, arose and warred against Israel, and sent and called Balaam, the son of Peor, to curse you. But I would not hearken to Balaam. Therefore he blessed you, and you still blessed you still. So I delivered you out of his hand, and you went over to Jordan. And when you came to Jericho, and the men of Jericho fought against you, the Amorites and the Perizzites and the Canaanites and the Hittites and the Girgashites and the Hivites and the Jebusites, and I delivered them into your hand. And I sent the hornet before you, which drove them out from before you, even the two kings of the Amorites, but not with the sword, not with your sword, nor with your bow. And I have given you a land for which you did not labor, and cities which you did not build, and you dwelt in them, and the vineyards and olive yards which you planted not. Do you eat? Now therefore, fear Yah and serve him in sincerity and in truth, and put away the gods which your father served on the other side of the flood. That's what they was doing. And in Mizraim, and serve you Yah. If it seem evil unto you to serve Yah, choose you this day whom you will serve, whether the gods which your father served that were on the other side of the flood, or the gods of the Amorites, in whose land you dwell. But as for me and my house, we gonna serve Yah. And the people answered and said, Elohim forbid that we should forsake Yah to serve other gods. For Yah our Elohim is he that brought us up and our fathers out of the land of Israel from the house of bondage, and which did those great things in our sight. We saw it, and preserved us in all the way wherein we went. We just want to testify. And among all the people through whom we pass, ain't nobody touch us. And Yah drove them from before us, all the people, not some of them, but all of them, even the Amorites which dwelt in the land. Therefore, we will also serve Yah, right along with you, Yehoshua, for he is our Elohim. And Yehoshua said unto the people, you cannot serve Yah, for he is a holy Elohim. He is jealous. He will not forgive your transgressions nor your sins. If you forsake Yah and serve strange gods, then he will turn and do you hurt and consume you. After that, he had done you good, all the good you just spoke about. And the people said unto Yehoshua, nay, but we will serve Yah. And Yehoshua said unto the people, you are witness against yourselves that you have chosen you Yah. That's what you're going to do? You making a vow? You're witnessing against yourself. Because we just read it in Proverbs. You got to watch what you say to serve him. And they said, we are witnesses. Yes, we bear witness. What we saying is facts. Now, therefore, put away, he said, because I know y'all got the strange gods which are among you. Can't fool me. And incline your heart unto Yah, Elohim of Israel. And the people said to Yehoshua, Yah, our Elohim, we will serve, and his voice we will obey. And Yehoshua made a covenant with the people that day and sent them a statute and an ordinance in Shechem for all time. Y'all said you're going to do it? We're going to see. And Yehoshua wrote these words in a book of the law. So the book of the law doesn't stop with Moshe, does it?
No.
Keeps going. And Yehoshua wrote these words in the book of the law and took a great stone and set it up there under an oak that was by the sanctuary of Yah. We're not talking about the temple, we're talking about the tabernacle. And Yehoshua said unto all the people, behold, this stone shall be a witness unto us, for it hath heard all the words of Yah which he spoke unto us. It shall be therefore a witness unto you, lest you deny your Elohim. So Yehoshua let the people depart, every man unto his inheritance. What was the witness?
A stone,
A stone can be a witness? Wow.
apparently.
Oh, yeah. Nothing's impossible for Yah. He can bring water out of stone, out of a rock. So I'm sure we don't know, but rocks can talk. Because they have to be able to deliver the message, right? What they've seen. And Yah can speak to
Exactly.
rocks. That's why the high priest wears that breastplate of stone, right?
Exactly.
Every tribe got a stone. And when that priest wears that breastplate of stone, he can tell which tribe is off by the stones on his chest. Did y'all know that?
Yeah, that stone is speaking.
Oh, yeah. In the 29th verse, it says, and it came to pass after these things that Yehoshua, the son of Nun, the servant of Yah, died. Wow. Being 110 years old. So how many years did he serve?
110 years.
He was 40 when he took over, right? Or was he 80 when he
Exactly.
took over? He took over when he was 80. 90, 110. And they buried him in the border of his inheritance in Timnath Serah, which is in Mount Ephraim, on the north side of the hill of Gaash. And Israel served Yah all the days of Yehoshua and all the days of the elders that outlived Yehoshua, and which had known all the works of Yah that he had done for Israel. So after Yehoshua died, there were elders that were still there that held the line. And the bones of Yosef, which the children of Israel brought up out of Mizraim, buried they in Shechem, right alongside his brother Yehoshua, or his father, because we all come from Joseph. And a parcel of the ground which Jacob bought of the sons of Hamor, the father of Shechem, for 100 pieces of silver. And it became the inheritance of the children of Joseph. And Eleazar, the son of Aaron, died, and they buried him in a hill that pertained to Phinehas, his son, which was given to him in where? Mount
Mountain of Ephraim.
Ephraim. So they all pretty much was buried together. I wonder if
Mhm.
archaeologists are looking for their bones. They probably are. And I hope they never find them. Praise Yah.
You and I too. Praise Yah. Brother Cartier, you did such a excellent job at being thorough.
Mhm.
I see no need of being repetitive, other than to encourage the students to be redundant and go back over your studies and meditate on your studies. Lasagna, any comments on the commentaries?
No, none at all.
Thank you, Lasagna. Brother Cartier, any additional comments on the commentaries?
I got a question. Who did Yehoshua leave in charge?
He didn't leave anyone in charge.
The elders.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes.
the elders.
The elders.
They were supposed to keep it.
You're correct.
The elders. That's the first ones he
Mhm.
called. So they honored the elders back in that day. And we hope it returns to that.
Yeah, because that gives us verification and validation, Brother Cartier. Praise Yah.
Praise Yah.
Fellow students, that concludes the studies for the night, but that does not conclude the studies. Lasagna,
Mhm.
the administrator or daughter of Zion, Maisha, has done her due diligence as a daughter of Zion, as all daughters of Zion should be doing to some extent, shape, form, or fashion, beginning in your homes and extending outwards. Brother Carter and I, as elders, we've done our due diligence and more obligation as elders, as all elders of the nation should be doing to some extent, shape, form, and a fashion, beginning in your homes and extending outwards, instructing the nation. But it's simply not incumbent upon the Sonia, Brother Carter and I. It's incumbent upon each of us to do our due diligence in our studies and take our studies seriously. Take these instructions. If you need a course correction, only you know, and make the course corrections. Cling to these instructions. Trust these instructions. Rely on these instructions. Let these instructions be your pathways, utilizing the light, wisdom, and understanding. You have been misguided, misinformed. You have been told that Yah is some old man on the throne with early onset dementia and Alzheimer, which is far from the truth. Yah is the beginning, Yah is the doing, Yah is the after, Yah is forever, Yah is continual. Yah doesn't need anything new, and he certainly doesn't need a trifecta. Yah don't need us. Yah won't change for us. We need Yah. We need to change and accommodate for Yah. Simply said, the word of Yah is universal. It has been ongoing from its very conception. This universe has been in existence from its very conception, is working. His word is working. Simply said, it doesn't matter what you and I think or anyone else. The word of Yah is forever. And for you individually to see some results of that word, you have to utilize the word of Yah. You have to activate the word of Yah for yourselves. Simply said, the word of Yah for yourselves individually, it works if you apply it. It works if you utilize it. It works if you put it to work. Praise Yah and bless his holy name. So without further ado, I will ask my dear Isha Nasanya to say shalom's good night. Brother Cottrell to say his and closes it out for the night. Praise Yah. Nasanya, may the Most High bless you. You have the mic.
Thank you so much. Shalom and good night, family.
Thank you, Nasanya. Shalom and good night.
Mhm.
Brother Cottrell, dear friend, you have the mic. Hit your mic, brother.
Thank you, Brother Young. May the Most High bless you as well. I realized that as much as we studied, there's always something to learn. And for all these years I've been studying this, I never recognized or realized that Eliezer, Yehoshua, and who was the other one? It was three of them that were buried. Oh, Joseph.
Oh, the bones of Joseph.
Yeah.
Joshua.
They were buried in the mountain of Ephraim. Now, where that's at, I don't know. But now I'm interested. But I didn't realize that they had been buried pretty much in the same locale. But it shows that you never, really know it all. So thank Yah for the opportunity to keep studying his word and learning more, because wisdom always enlightens us and reinforces what we should be doing. So I'm grateful for the opportunity that you've given, the platform that you set up through our brother Yam Suf and our sister Nasanya. And hopefully your words, like Proverbs says, penetrates the ethos and into the hearts of Yah's people and into the hearts and ears of Yah. Praise Yah, bless his holy name. We love you, Israel. Shalom and good night.
Praise Yah, my friend. Shalom and good night.
Way down, way down.
Wisdom as units,
Way down. I was out there in the wilderness, yeah, on the streets of Babylon. Streets of Babylon. People rushing, doing wicked now. Made me wish that I was home in Israel. The king of Babylon sits upon his throne, trying to make us all his fools. Ooh, always tempting to do unrighteousness. You wanna make us break our rules. I really wonder, will I see you in the early morning once again? Wisdom, wisdom. Will I see you in the early morning once again? Wisdom. God gave us wisdom, and that's without a doubt. When He taught us all His law, people rushing, doing foolish now. Now it seems that we are lost. I love your wisdom. Won't you stay with me? Hold me in your arms so tight, with all your might. And after Lucifer, we'll get you, that's for sure. Hold on to wisdom, that's your life. Oh, will I see you in the early morning once again? Wisdom, wisdom. Will I see you in the early morning once again? Oh Lord, wisdom, wisdom. Will I see you in the early morning once again? Wisdom, wisdom. Will I see you in the early morning once again? Oh Lord, oh Lord. I need to go with you. Oh, talking about wisdom. When I rise, will you still be by my side? Will you hold me in your arms? Will you rock me? In the morning when I rise, will you still be by my side? Will you hold me in your arms? Will you rock me? Wisdom, will you rock me? Will you hold me? Will you love me? Will you care for me? Wisdom, 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 wisdom. Oh, in the morning when I rise, will you still be by my side? Will you hold me in your arms? Will you rock me? Wisdom, will you rock me? Will you hold me? Will you love me? Will you care for me? Wisdom, wisdom, wisdom. In the morning when I rise, will you still be by my side? Will you hold me? Will you love me? Will you hold me? Hold me? Wisdom, will you love me? Will you hold me? Will you care for me? Hold me, love me. Wisdom, wisdom. Will I see you in the early morning once again? Wisdom, what a good thing in life. Will I see you in the early morning by my side? Will you love me? Will I see you in the early morning once again? Wisdom, wisdom, wisdom. Will I see you my side? Will you
Oh
hold me
man,
in
will
your
you love me?
arms?
Will you care for me? Wisdom.